We are 4 days away from the Cowboys jetting off to Southern California for the start of another training camp. Babe Laufenberg, a native of Southern California, has joined us in studio to preview Cowboys Camp 2019. We talked Dak contract, we talked Zeke contract, let's talk head coach contract and Jason Garrett. The notion that he is a lame duck coach going into the final year of his contract. Is this NFC Championship game or bust, or where does the line fall there?
Two things. I don't think an NFL coach is a lame duck coach. I think it works in college like that because then other teams, other schools recruit against that. And they say, hey, this guy may not be there next year. All they care about is the money, right? It's the show me the money deal. So I don't think players care. And I've heard it said, well, it's going to make Jason motivated. Jason Garrett is going to work no harder this year than he did last year or the year before, and that's not to say he didn't work hard, but that's not his motivation. The other thing, if you say he's got to get to the NFC Championship game, Bill, make progress, what you're saying is the Cowboys are one of the two best teams in the NFC, right? There's going to be two teams in that NFC title game, and if they are one of the two best, great. And they're going to find out, though, in December, because that stretch in December is brutal. They open up Thursday night at Chicago. They come back, play the Rams at home, then travel to Philadelphia. So if you're looking to make a run late in the season, it's going to be difficult.
And of course, we look at a schedule right now on July 21st, and those teams in December, they may be totally different than what they appear to be right now, because as we know, year to year in the NFL, who knows who's going to be playing for the playoffs come in December. All right, let's go from one Jason to another Jason. First off with Jason Witten. Okay, how surprised were you that he came back, and what kind of impact do you think he's going to make coming back?
I was surprised he came back. But I do know this, he didn't want to leave when he did. A lot of people told him, you can't pass up this opportunity for Monday Night Football. It doesn't come along. But it was not a situation where Jason Witten was ready to retire, and then this job came, and he said, well, now it's a perfect confluence of events here, and I'll take this Monday night job. He still wanted to play. So I think it's great to have him back, obviously, as a media member. And the best thing about Jason Witten, take away the playing aspect of it. All you have to tell every young guy that comes through this year, right, when you start training camp, you don't have to say anything other than, see 82? Do what 82 does. When he goes to the weight room, you go to the weight room. When he goes to the meeting, you go to the meeting. When he goes to the bathroom, you go to the bathroom. And so his leadership is truly by example, and it's just great to have.
All right, who do you think the one surprise player who might hold the key to this offense might be this season?
Well, we know Zeke's going to be good.
Mm-hmm. He's my MVP.
Okay.
Yeah.
We know Dak's going to be pretty good. We know Amari's going to be pretty good. We know what we're getting from Jason Witten. My guy is Michael Gallup.
Gallup,
I thought,
second year
player. I thought he made strides literally by the week last year. They were subtle and they were nuanced, but I thought each week he improved just a little bit, and that's what you want to see. Now, if you put Amari on one side, Michael Gallup taking that next step forward on the other side, and you've got those two weapons that a lot of other teams have on the outside, I mean, it could be a handful. And I quite honestly, Bill, I do see him taking that next step up. He had a very simplified offense at Colorado State, and that's fine. They throw the ball around, you know the way these colleges are. So it took him a while to assimilate to an NFL pro-style offense. And I really think he's going to be a good player this year for him.
And I know you've loved Cole Beasley the last several years, and Randall Cobb, and you know, having a veteran like Randall Cobb there, along with Cooper, that's going to be good things for Gallup too. Kellen Moore, he just turned 30 on July 5th. The offensive coordinator at the age of 30, and
Sean McVay was how old when
he was 28.
Okay, good.
Kyle Shanahan was 29 when he became an offensive coordinator.
Yeah.
Josh McDaniels was 29 when he became the offensive coordinator of the Patriots. So what do you make of Kellen Moore as the OC?
Well, number one, nobody knows. We just don't know. He hasn't been in that position, right? But if I'm projecting, here's a guy, he's a lifer. He's like Jason Garrett, right? Jason Garrett's dad was in football for 50 years, and Jason grew up with it. Kellen Moore's dad was a high school coach, and when you're around that, the other part is Kellen Moore was in about as imaginative an offense at Boise State as you could see. More shifts, more motion, more gadget plays, more everything than almost any school did. So I think when you look at what the Cowboys are going to become this year, if Kellen Moore's input is going to be what we think it is, then you're going to see a different offense. A lot more shifts, a lot more motions, a lot more misdirection stuff. Scott Linehan pretty much wanted to stay in one spot. And to be honest with you, Tony Romo wanted to do that. Tony Romo, he didn't like motion. He wanted his guys set. He wanted to look at the defense. He wanted to be able to call everything out. You start moving and shifting, you can't change plays up. And Peyton Manning was like that. You know, Peyton Manning, there was no shift in that offense. So there's a number of ways to do it.
And we're going to start finding out on the first practice Saturday in Oxnard, California. Babe, we appreciate you joining us. We'll see you out in California.
Thank you. Can I extend a hand?
All right. Yes, you can.
Great to see you.
Oh, you
Great
probably
to
want
see
a
you.
hug too, right?
Right after you say goodbye.
All right. We got some key training camp dates coming up next.